Global Way, the new YouTube channel that brings documentaries about money and personal finance stories. A voice, a plan, a movement. For millions of Americans, one man became the voice of financial hope and discipline. But behind the catchphrases, the baby steps, and the envelopes lies a philosophy that's as polarizing as it is powerful. This is the truth behind Dave Ramsey's advice, and why some say it saved them, while others say it set them back. The rise of a financial evangelist. Before he became a household name, Dave Ramsey was just another real estate investor. At 26, he built a $4 million portfolio and lost it all. Bankrupt, broke, and angry, he rebuilt with a Bible in one hand and a calculator in the other. In 1992, he launched The Dave Ramsey Show, offering no-nonsense money advice rooted in hard-earned experience. His message? Debt is dumb, cash is king, and the paid-off home mortgage has replaced the BMW as the status symbol of choice. The public tuned in and never stopped listening. The baby steps breakdown. At the heart of Ramsey's method are his 7 baby steps, a roadmap from financial chaos to peace. Save $1,000 for emergencies. Pay off all debt except the house using the debt snowball method. Build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Invest 15% into retirement. Save for college. Pay off your home early. Build wealth and give generously. Simple, actionable, biblical. For some, it was the first plan that made money finally make sense. For others, it felt like financial fundamentalism. The war on credit. Ramsey doesn't just dislike credit cards, he despises them. He argues, there's no such thing as responsible credit card use, just marketing. To him, credit is a trap. He urges listeners to cut up every card, reject FICO scores, and never borrow for anything. Critics argue this is unrealistic in a world driven by digital payments, credit checks, and reward systems. But for Ramsey, it's about more than money. It's about discipline and drawing a hard line between financial independence and slavery to interest. When advice meets reality, Ramsey's advice works for people with steady incomes, middle-class options, and a bit of margin to start with. But what about the single mother making $12 an hour? Or the Gen Z graduate with $80,000 in student loans and no safety net? Some critics say Ramsey's world assumes a level playing field, ignoring systemic challenges like healthcare costs, wage stagnation, and generational poverty. His response: personal finance is 80% behavior, 20% head knowledge. But is behavior enough when the system is broken? The psychology of shame and empowerment. Dave Ramsey is part advisor, part motivator, and sometimes part disciplinarian. His tone? Brutal honesty. His method? Tough love. His audience? Desperate for clarity. But critics accuse him of shaming the poor, dismissing mental health struggles, and oversimplifying trauma-based financial behaviors. Still, for many, that no-excuse ethos is exactly what they needed. Structure, toughness, hope. He's not a therapist, he's a coach. And coaches don't always whisper. Faith, finance, and the business behind it. Ramsey's empire is more than advice. It's a business. Books, courses, podcasts, Ramsey Solutions. A multi-million-dollar enterprise built on cash-based convictions. Rooted in Christian values, his advice blends spiritual stewardship with capitalist pragmatism. Give generously, avoid debt, work hard, tithe. For supporters, it's a blend of moral clarity and economic wisdom. For skeptics, it's prosperity wrapped in austerity. a gospel of guilt and grit with a side of merch. Final verdict, a path, not a promise. Dave Ramsey doesn't promise miracles, he preaches discipline. He doesn't offer shortcuts, he offers structure. For some, his path leads to true freedom, no debt, no stress, generational change. For others, it feels rigid, outdated, even out of touch. But even critics admit he's moved the conversation from confusion to action. So the next time someone says, "I'm following the baby steps," ask yourself, are they escaping debt or entering a doctrine? Like history that hits different? Subscribe for one powerful money story every day. Faceless, timeless, truthful. Thank you for watching.